so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much.
Hello, all you positive heads out there. Thanks for tuning your beautiful brainwaves into another episode of the Positive Head Podcast, where we are firmly convinced that creating success and happiness is rooted in understanding the ultimate nature of reality and the fact that as human beings, we are all immensely powerful fractals of the one and only source consciousness, which creates and animates all things. Now, of course, understanding this powerful truth is one thing. Applying this incredibly empowering wisdom to everyday life? Well, that's another, which is exactly why we provide you with a fresh serving of soul food for thought 5 days a week to help constantly remind you of what matters most. You are it. And I'm your host, Brandon Beecham. I'm the reflection and extension of you who will be here each Wednesday interviewing a different consciousness changemaker. And on the other 4 weekdays, leading the way to ensure that your perspective is consistently expanded, your vibration is constantly elevated, and your heart is overflowing and full. Also, this episode of the Positive Head Podcast is being brought to you thanks to the support of Gaia. If you're not familiar, Gaia is the go-to source for streaming consciousness content online, and you can sign up for your first month for only 99 cents at gaia.com/positivehead. That's spelled GAIA.com/positivehead. Check it out. All right, all you positive heads, welcome. It is a magical Monday here in the studio as I record. So happy to be with you guys as always to learn, grow, elevate consciousness, maintain my vibration, hopefully to help elevate your vibration as well. A lot of exciting things going on. Not only is it my birthday week, the podcast is officially aligned with Castbox. I've been talking a little bit about that and super excited to join forces with the Castbox team who is doing some creative things to promote podcast. So if you haven't checked out Castbox, definitely do so. You can go over to your app store and download it for free, whether you have iPhone, Android, whatever. And super excited about that. And so definitely help to reach new people. They'll be promoting the show to people and what have you. So super grateful and excited about that. You can also leave reviews over there as well, which is great because the only other place that allows you to leave reviews that I know of is iTunes. And of course, iTunes still being the holy grail of all things, podcasting. It's nice to see some other apps come on the scene and that also are helping shows like this one out to reach new people. So today I'm going to read a review actually, as I typically do on iTunes. And this one, if you haven't reviewed on iTunes, please do so, or on Castbox, or both, even better. Definitely helps to fuel my fire to continue this labor of love. And this one came in by Mama Stokely. And Mama Stokely said, "Only good vibes. Subscribe to this podcast immediately if you want good vibes on a daily basis to uplift your vibrational energy. I don't write reviews, but the work Brandon and company are doing is worth a giant kudos from the universe. This podcast will help you become a better person. Excellent brain food for the mind and soul. I love it so much." Oh, thank you, Mama Stokely, for taking the time to complete the circle of love that I'm putting out into the world and, just shine some light back in my direction. I feel it and I appreciate it. So today, let's see what else before we jump in. As I mentioned, it is my birthday week and would love to see you guys, any of you who are in the Los Angeles area, at Abundance, if you put the dashes in. And that is a wonderful sort of a festival in a box in a club that's taking place Saturday night, the 28th. Christopher David Jackson, who's a regular contributor, co-host, dear friend of mine, is the producer of the event. So love to see you guys. You can actually get in free before 10 o'clock. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check out Abundance, and you can look it up online, and you can find all the info about getting in free and what have you. So yeah, not only is it a fun birthday week for me, which, you guys hear me talk about my birthday and all the synchronicity around it regularly, but it appears that this year is some extra magic coming in. A lot of things bubbling up from people such as Sandra Walter, who has sort of her finger on the pulse, her heart on the pulse of the ascension that's taking place on our planet as we sort of all level up into the next greatest and greatest versions of ourselves. And so she actually, I'm going to read this here in a minute, the thing that she wrote, because there's an eclipse that happens right before my birthday on the 27th. My birthday is the 28th, and I find it really fascinating and cool that not only am I going from a 9-year currently to a 1 year, because you numerologically always reset on your birthday. And so 1 is the beginning of a whole new chapter, whole new, brand new, starting over in some sense with a new phase of your reality. 9, when I'm leaving, is a completion. And it seems like a lot of that energy is being fed back. I'm seeing it, not only is this eclipse happening right on my birthday, but for example, let me just read here this tweet by Audrey Kitching. Someone just posted. I'm not quite sure who she is, but I thought this was interesting. She said, if you're feeling very detached and disconnected from your current reality, it's because it's about to change. The July 27th lunar eclipse isn't a rebirth. For a lot of people, it's a completely new life. These past few weeks have been the birthing pains. And I thought that was really interesting to happen in conjunction with me switching personally into this new, number one numerological year. Here's what Sandra Walter, who, by the way, I had on the show a while back, one of my favorite interviews, powwow episodes. Highly recommend going and searching for Sandra Walter in the archives if you want to hear that episode. She's a gatekeeper, ascension guide, lives up in Mount Shasta, and just like the purest spirit, and just is helping to sort of anchor in the new earth that we're all stepping into collectively, and reports back regularly. Sort of some of the things that she's perceiving and seeing. I actually spoke with her at the Conscious Media Festival a few months ago, and it was funny because I was talking to her, and somehow my birthday stuff came up, and or she was saying she couldn't see past July, what's coming, and normally she can. She gets visions of different timelines. And I was like, oh, wow, that's my birthday, and then she asked what it was. And what do you know? It's her dad's birthday as well. So pretty cool. But I'm going to read this real quick from Sandra Walter. And Sandra says, talking about the full moon and lunar eclipse on Friday, July 27th. Eclipse season, ending one phase, beginning a brand new one. Eclipses tend to punctuate endings and beginnings, and during this phase, they serve as a massive stargate for dismantling and releasing distorted realities while simultaneously experiencing resurrection on both planetary and personal levels. Our sun and the solar system are moving into alignment with cosmic stargates which contain transformative harmonics, codes, and frequencies. From the steering committee point of view, it appears we will drop into a significant bandwidth of these cosmic stargate flows around the July 27th eclipse. It looks like a cosmic adjustment to align with higher dimensional platforms and organic ascension timeline restoration. This is why we have been anchoring 5D to 9D. It is a restoration to a divine path of Gaia's organic Christed timelines. This is why the High Vibe tribe is having such strong experiences of merging with the Godhead since the higher trajectory was attained. It places us in the path of much purer cosmic flows. Open hearts will feel it. Best to stay very present with this as the eclipses unfold. The July 26th through 28th gateway has been on our radar since the beginning of the year, like a massive wall of light that we move into. This may be a visible, palpable change in sunlight and Gaia's energy field. However, the emphasis is on consciousness itself as the pure organic ascension timelines are revealed. We are already feeling the entry into this area with much more intense energies. And then the last thing she goes on to say is, this is a cosmic level realignment. Choose your timelines wisely over the next week. Blessings upon all of creation and gratitude for our unified service to the ascension. In love, light, and service, Sandra. Love that. So powerful. So yeah. What is all this? It's the way it always comes back to, you guys hear me talk about it. it's a permission slip. You've got all these stories, all these things coming up, all these ideas, all this energy that you can reset yourself. It can be a completely new life, as Audrey said in that quote I read from her. So, how do we let go of old stories so that we can move in and use this permission slip, this story that's now being told, to sort of give you, and for those of you who haven't heard me talk about permission slips before, I believe everything is sort of like a placebo. It's like, that's why ritual is so powerful. It's, you give yourself logical reasons. Oh, let's talk about the stars. Let's consult people like Sandra, who are experts on multidimensional work and are seeing things beyond the veil. And let's take all of these stories and use them as a permission slip to change what we're experiencing. And part of that I feel strongly going into this week is let's remove all the limiting old stories that we're containing and carrying. I mean, here's me who does this podcast 5 days a week. I'm just as guilty of it as any of you guys. It's like, if I'm doing it, I know a lot of you are doing it. And that is hanging on to old stories as to why things have to move slowly, the change that you want to see. I had a friend here a few weeks ago, and he was talking about this sort of thing, and how he, just by believing wholeheartedly, next thing he knows, he manifested a 6-figure month. That's quite the thing to manifest, right? And he wasn't nowhere near that before. And how did he do it? He did it by literally changing stories about what is or isn't possible for him in such a dramatic way that it actually causes reality to bend and to ultimately have to reflect back what energy he's resonating with so strongly. And we can all do that. So we've got a great permission slip here with what's going on that we can use to release all the old bondage and old stories that are holding us back, how it will take so long to do something. We don't deserve that other job. We're not good enough. We're not smart enough. Whatever old story it is, you can't have that relationship that you've dreamed of because of X, Y, and Z. All that is just a story that you're telling yourself. And, we can leave it behind. We can stop acting so small, as Rumi put it. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. That is what you are. You are it. You are the source. Any story that you've told, it served you, release it with love, let it be, let it go, and move on into the timeline, as Sandra put it, move into the timeline that is serving the greatest and grandest, most expansive version of what could happen next. What would happen if magic was completely real and you could be, do, have anything, and it could move really, really rapidly? Because have you ever heard stories of people's lives changing really, really rapidly, dramatically overnight? Yes, you have. So guess what? It's possible. Use that permission slip if you want to create change in your life. This is an opportunity to release old stories, to release old binds, to release all the things as we emerge more into out of the caterpillar and ever more into the butterfly. You've got quite the vantage point of what you can see, do, flutter around, and experience, right? So, you know what this brought up for me that I thought of? I think I played this maybe years ago, and this is a wonderful it's called track. It's called Spirit Rap by a guy named Astarius, who goes by Astarius, and met him before years ago, and I just love this high vibe. It's a meditation. It is a affirmation. It is all about releasing the old bonds that are holding you back. And it's a permission slip. It's a way to get into the vibrational flow of what I'm talking about through story, through prose, through song, through all the energies coming together. And it's powerful. And so now I'd like to take a moment together and listen to this, to ride this wave into its next expression. This is Spirit Rap.
I invoke, decree, and dream awake the full cellular ascension of my being, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, in this now, with the full support of God, Goddess, the Ascended Master Realm, to include our Ascended Master Self, Father Saint Germain, Sananda, the Holy Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Goddess of Mercy, Archangel Michael and the legions, Ashtar and the entire command, Babaji, Raphael, Gabriel, clan of the trumpet angels, aboriginal and tribal shaman, goddesses of fortune, angels of light, Elohim, clan of the serpents, Shiva, all Christ frequencies, all animal totems, elementals of fire, air, water, and earth, all divine beings of light, love, and ascension, named and unnamed, to activate the cells within my being who are your counterparts with the unified power of the One. I decree my highest good always operating in this now. I decree grace and mercy always operating in this now. I invoke, decree, and dream awake the full truth and reality of ascension in this now. I invoke and dream awake with every breath that I breathe the violet fire transmuting my whole being. I invoke and dream awake the full current of ascension in every cell of my being. I am ascended. I invoke and dream awake expanded God consciousness fully realized in me as unlimited abundance fulfilling my every need and desire. I invoke and dream awake the ending of procrastination, tiredness, blockages, obstacles, and unhealthy belief systems. I decree immediate abundance in my life. I invoke and dream awake my liberation from all karmic debt. I am infinite opulence. I invoke and dream awake my personal empowerment in every instant that anyone is impacted by my being and creations. I invoke and dream awake the infinite empowerment of my sexual, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, and financial relationship with life. I invoke and dream awake sacred sexuality, erotic innocence, and always express the sacredness of sexual force for pleasure, creativity, and healing. I invoke and dream awake world universal healing from all sexual woundedness and shame. I invoke and dream awake worldwide release of all manipulating forces and beings who would control humanity past, present, and future. I invoke the angels and ascended masters to realign and heal all misused energy, to include the full restructuring of our DNA. I invoke and dream awake the transmutation of all negative and judgmental projections. I invoke and dream awake my constant ability to be centered and balanced in my psychic perceptions and empathic nature. All overwhelming psychic energies are released by me automatically, easily, effortlessly. I am empowered by everything. I invoke and dream awake my lucid dreaming each night I sleep and total remembering when I awake. I invoke and dream awake my infinite harmony with God, Goddess I am. I invoke and dream awake the full expression of my miraculous healing power. My life is a continuous stream of miracles. I invoke and dream awake my infinite ability and willingness to receive all life's blessings. I invoke and dream awake a constant attitude of gratitude for my whole life, all my accomplishments and blessings, including the same for the universe at large. I invoke and dream awake the full blessings of God, Goddess, the ascended masters, angels, guides, and beings of light to bless this earth. I invoke and dream awake all my decrees, invocations, and prayers I have released to the universe and open myself to God's response, support, and love in my highest good. I invoke and dream awake the release of all past, present, and future lifetimes of decrees and vows which would bind me to limitation, lack, density, and anything not of ascension in this now. I invoke and dream awake the full reclaiming of my eternal self as powerful, loving, and fully aligned in abundant God consciousness. I invoke and dream awake the total dissolving of all manipulating forces which would bind this earth plane in fear. I invoke and dream awake the influence of the ascended master realm and angels to intercede and raise the vibrations higher to bring darkness into the light, raising the frequency of love and God consciousness on planet Earth in this now. I invoke and dream awake the ascension of planet Earth in this now.
Wow. How does that feel? Feel free to rewind and play that every day, when you start your day, when you end your day, in the middle of your day. Super powerful, super empowering. I am empowered by everything. That is it. That's the jam right there. Like everything that comes to you, tell the story. It is empowering you into the next greatest and grandest version of yourself. It is propelling you into the next greatest and grandest version of yourself. Don't tell the story of how it annoys you or limits you or holds you back. Instead, look at it, thank it, wrap your arms around it, bless it up, feel empowered by it, transmute it in that way, and you will just sift through all the blockages by releasing them, no longer resisting, and feeling empowered by everything, especially the things that from the surface look like they wouldn't empower you, right? No longer judging the book by its cover, which is what has held us back for so long. Woo! All right. Here we grow. It's been a wonderful, wonderful adventure yet again. Thank you guys for floating in eternity with me in time space as we hurtle at 70,000 kilometers an hour through the cosmos on this spaceship Earth, figuring it all out together. It is a pleasure, an honor. Love you all so, so much. I have a track to leave you with. It's called Same Kind by Kongi and Occult. And felt appropriate. I love this song. Looks like the stars are aligned this week, this lifetime, this everything. Till next time, love you all. Also, if you're craving more consciousness elevating content, be sure to check out Gaia, which is my personal go-to source for streaming consciousness content on the web, where you can stream an incredible 7,000 plus exclusive videos covering 5,000 years of wisdom. As you all hear me constantly say, it's a daily conscious effort to maintain an elevated vibration. And if you're looking to journey deep down the rabbit hole to do so, then Gaia is the best place I know of to do it, period. And you can sign up for your first month for only 99 cents at gaia.com/positivehead. That's spelled GAIA.com/positivehead. Check it out.
Could it be that the stars have aligned? It goes to show you never know how things are gonna go. A twofold collide. Seems like the stars have aligned. Seems like we're coming to find we're the same kind. Two souls collide. Seems like the stars have aligned. Two unlikely souls, two souls collide. Seems like the stars have aligned. Seems like we're coming to find we're the same kind. Two souls collide. Seems like the stars have aligned. Two unlikely souls. You always wonder what is next to come. Well, I'm always wondering